following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning from TFNN. Welcome to the October 24th. Fantastic Friday weekend edition of today's opening bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Perseverance Rhodes. Hope everyone out there is off to a great start of your day. Remember, let's always believe. Let's always make sure that we know that we are pioneers of our futures, not prisoners of our past. And, of course, the best way, I don't know why the mic sounds the way that it does, Alberto. Can't figure that one out. But let's do this here. Let's make sure that what we do is that we always remember that the law of giving and receiving is really a basic law for the life of success. And I think there are 9 rules for the law of giving and receiving. Rule number 1, to bring blessings upon yourself. What you've got to do is you've got to bless your neighbor. To enrich yourself, you've got to enrich your neighbor. To honor your neighbor, well, guess what happens? When you do that, the world will honor you. And here's the kicker, number 4. Probably ought to make this number 1 and number 9. Love is found by giving love. And oh boy, do I love giving love to each of you out there. Hey, how about number 5? The measure of man's wealth is the measure of the wealth he has given. Number 6, the way in which you take, that which you take from anyone, well, guess what? The world will go ahead and take it from you. Number 7, when you take the first step toward that which you want, the universe will take its first step towards you. Number 8, the universe is a mirror, so it reflects back to you that which you reflect unto it. And number 9, love is like the ascent of a mountain. And our man John Logan, he's going to go climb a mountain. Love is like the ascent of a mountain, folks. It comes nearer to you as you go nearer to it. Folks, if you're not giving, you're not living. So make sure you're giving this weekend. And one of the ways that you can start off is by giving me a phone call. You can do that at 877-927-6648. Hey, that was a smooth transition, was it not? Internationally, you can reach out at 727-445-1044. Then together, you and I, we can go climb a mountain or two out here. It is Fantastic Friday. This is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the show. Right now, we've got Dow futures off a whole 11 points out here. They're trading out at 16,601. S&P down 2.5 at 1943. NASDAQ off 4 points, trading at 4,001. Looks like maybe, the market is fighting off that Ebola scare. It seems like the only thing that can move these markets lower out here is a little fear. Makes sense, right? A little fear of Ebola. You got those automated trading systems that kick in, right? You've got these black box systems that are out there just scanning the news links to the New York Times, to the Wall Street Journal, to USA Today, you name it. They're just looking for keywords. And at this stage of the game, when they see a confirmed case of Ebola or any hint of Ebola come across the screen, those electronic systems, that's what's kicking in, and then starting to sell just to see how far down they can actually push these markets out here. We saw that happen if you were by a screen last night when you had the confirmed case, when the New York Times reported that confirmed case last evening. I happened to be sitting here just checking out a couple things, and I was starting to watch the futures because I've got intraday charts up, very intraday charts up, and also I watch the futures start trading lower, and I'm like, okay, so not with a ton of volume or anything, but there was some volume, and watch them trade a bit lower out there. And of course, I said, so the first thing crossed my mind was, okay, what happened? The second was, it's got to be an Ebola thing, because that was really what started the selling yesterday at about 3 o'clock. And sure enough, as I went ahead and, switched over to a different monitor where I've got a couple of TV shows rolling, that's what the news was. They were going to have a press conference then in New York City. So it's not anything to take lightly out there, but it seems like that is the only thing that's really pushing these markets around. So, okay, let's go start off our day. Let's, since we only have an hour, now it's less than an hour, let's start taking a look at I don't know, maybe the weakest link out here. Let's take a look at the Dow. Let's go through the Dow. Let's take a look at it on the daily 300, 120, and 30-minute charts out here and get a feel for where we're at. So if we take a look at the Dow now, I say it's the weakest, yet as I pointed out in my newsletter this morning, it actually has given a huge, not a small, a huge strong signal. And that's coming from the weakest of the four indices out here. So that tells me this Santa Claus, he's not delivering coal this year. He's going to deliver coal if you continue to stay short the market. That doesn't mean, I don't know where the market's going to really go. I don't. All I can do is read the charts and tell you what they say out here. As long as you use stops, that doesn't really matter. What I say doesn't matter what anybody else says. If you use proper money management, that's really the whole key to this. Now, if we take a look at the Dow on the daily basis, which is what we're doing. If you're watching us on Tiger TV, hey, if you're listening to the radio, your mobile device at TFNN.mobi, thanks so much for doing that. Of course, the archive of this show is on Channel 9. Live stream, of course. That's on TFNN.com, upper right-hand side of the screen. You see it streaming live in just a small little box. Of course, you can get it live to your device by clicking on that button with those three little smartphones out there. What we know about the Dow futures, they've run into resistance, this little descending price channel. It's the only one, I think, that has not broken. Maybe the Russell 2000 as well. But you can see prices run into resistance up here. Very strong leg, nice little V-shaped formation. Everything is, quite frankly, now you've got the daily market profile high at 16,713. So you've got really some natural areas of resistance. I'd love to see the market actually pull back from here. I'm expecting, I've got a little timing tool out here, I'm expecting the market to pull back between today through next Wednesday. Now, does that mean it has to happen on Wednesday? Can it be today? Could it be Monday? Could it be Tuesday? Yeah. It's just, and I don't know what the extent of the pullback is going to be. And I don't even know that it's going to happen. It should. We should, and today could just be a little sideways day. That could be it. It could be last night's low, for all I know out there. But I do expect us to see one small little pullback, and then basically it is off to the races out here. So if we look at the Dow out here, the Dow is really in full bullish formation. It's just simply running into resistance of that descending price channel. Is that the reason to sell the holy heck out of it? Not in my book, it's not. Not with all the other signals that we've got out here that say not bottom, but major market bottom out here. If we take a look at the 5-hour energy drink, that's sponsored by Saratoga Bob in our Tiger's Den. You'll see the descending price channel in it as well. I can make the case that it's in its sixth or maybe first recount wave to the upside out here. So any break above 16,693, that becomes more bullish. Right now, you're just almost really in neutral territory. 16,507, that's pretty good support for the Dow futures. In fact, last evening's Ebola scare, yesterday's Ebola scare brought us down to the 16,514 level, 16,507. Pretty good support for that TAS market profile. Let's hear it for the TAS market profiles out there. A great tool, so many great tools. So nothing bearish, not even a bearish candlestick on a 5-hour energy chart out here. If we go take a look at the 120-minute chart for the Dow futures, let's go see what we can find out here. What I find out here really for the most part is it's just begun its next leg to the upside. Now, it does have one of Stevie's price relative strength divergent patterns out here. You had a little bit of a key reversal that took place as well. That was coming into yesterday's close. But even on the 120-minute chart, it has not been able to break through its market profile low on the 120-minute time frame, which is 16,548. So, again, I'm not saying that the market is absolutely on cruise control and going up today. Stevie's expecting. Now, this is the guy that said, hey, 2 weeks ago, as the market was getting, I even got more conviction inside myself that the market was going to make a substantial low in the market low for the rest of the year for the Santa Claus rally out there. In fact, if you didn't catch my show yesterday morning at 9 o'clock, go watch the archive of that on Tiger TV. I take you through some charts that'll lead you to say, and you can go back, you can get data back to 1929 out there. So in 1929, 1928, what have we had? About 84. Let's see. So it's 1930. We're in 2014. So you got 70, 80. Yeah, about 84. 84, 85 events you can go back and you can take a look at it. I'd also ask you, hey, just out of curiosity, in those 84, 85 events, how many times in the month of October have we had a crash? Then I'd ask you, how many times in the month of October or November, early November, have we seen a significant market bottom. Okay, go do the work. You're going to find that the probabilities are going to just blow your mind away. You're just going to be like, son of a gun, how come nobody ever told that to me before out here? Let's go take a look at the 30-minute chart here for the Dow futures, but go do the work. Go do the work out there. Let the charts, open your mind up. Let the charts do what they're taking a look at. Hey, on the 30-minute chart out here, inside the Dow, looks like we got a little bit of a rising price channel out here. And interestingly enough, as price came down here this morning at the 8 o'clock time frame, the bottom of that rising price channel actually held as a level of support, as well as tying right into, on the 30-minute basis, the TAS market profile low, 16,563 out there. That was actually hit down here during the 8:30 session, during that half-hour session out here. So you still got that pretty good support. Now, the way that this profile is actually set up, it's got pretty strong resistance. On the 30-minute basis, if you get above 16,605, man, that is strong like bull, because that should really be resistance. We ought to see price move down. We even ought to see this little rising price channel here crack and break. And if we do that, if that in fact happens inside of the Dow futures, what we ought to see is a move down to, I'd give it about the 16,444, maybe even 16,395 out there, and that's going to be enough just to get the bears all giddy that the actual high is in out here. I hearken back and say, no chance. Santa says, no chance, no coal. Only beautiful gifts of rising markets out here going into the end of the year. Now, I say that, of course, taking into account that we might see a bit of a pullback. I'd love to see a scary pullback. One of those, because we're coming into Halloween, to goblins and all that kind of stuff. So a nice scary pullback, that would be a beautiful gift for you out there. 877-927-66 for you. This is Steve Rhodes. This is TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Folks, now Amazon, out with earnings last night, getting totally shellacked out here. But the interesting thing, and this is going to be a very interesting trading session. It was months and months ago. In fact, it was when Amazon really started moving down. And I think that our man Z in the Tigers Den, I think we talked about it on the air. And what we talked about was, where is it that Amazon looks like it might actually set up a nice buy point? Well, guess what, folks? Today's that day. That's coming to fruition. So we're talking about months ago. It was months ago. I wish I had a replay of it. And what we were taking a look at, what I was throwing out there as a suggestion as to where Amazon was going to move down to, was right into the bottom of its trend line. Now, I've got it shown as a channel out here, but and so it's right around this area. If you go back to November of 2008, and that's when we take a look at the low out there. Amazon was priced out at $34.68. And you can run that right into the low, significant low back in July of 2010. You can use the 105.80 area. It's going to run you into the lows that formed along the bottom here in December 2011, in January of 2012. Price right now is trading, I don't have it on that screen, but I got it 285 or so. And so when this opens up, it should open up right into the bottom, maybe just a tad lower of this little rising trend, rising channel line out here. If it can hold this area, believe it or not, Amazon, becomes a place where somebody could actually poke their fingers. Now, it's going to have a lot of volume, so it should have a lot of volume here today. But what I want to show you is that it looks like it's going to trade right down to the trend. Now, it breaks that trend, then we got to start taking a look at other patterns out here, and breaking that trend would not necessarily be a very good thing. So I can assume that, and I don't know why I would make that assumption. Let me actually put up the volume out here. Let me just go ahead and see if I can add the volume in on the bottom. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Okay. So now if we take a look at the bottom, the swing point, just out of curiosity, the swing point that it's also dealing with has got 22 million shares. You've already done 19 million for the week. So we know it's going to blow away that swing point, move into that swing point with massive volume. So we're going to find out whether it's the trend that is truly its friend out here, and that will support it, because we know, it's going to take that swing point out. At least there's going to, it should. The low of that swing point is 290. Pretty good chance since it's trading at 285 out there. So it's certainly going to pierce that, and it's going to do it with volume out here. But we'll see if that trend is going to hold. Now, another important trend, to take a look at, if we just took a look at the Dow Diamonds. Now, in the case of Amazon, I went back to its real low out here, right? In the case of the diamonds, I'll put up a secondary trend line. Let me just go ahead and we'll color this one here. We'll color this one green. And, let me come back here. Now, the white, here, let's do this first, and then I'll go back and do the longer-term trend. If you take a look at the Dow diamonds, we're coming off of, remember, it's kind of the weak link. It's sort of weak link. Well, actually, if I put up the IWM, you're going to see the same thing, which is so cool. If you take a look at the October 3rd, 2011 low, it's a weekly chart that we're taking a look at out here. The low out there is 103.84. If you use as your next touch point out here, the November 2012, very significant low out there as well. When price was careening down last week, it was running right into that trend line. I expect that we're going to see Amazon really do the same thing. Now, you can see here it pierced it, closed back above it. I suspect that what we're going to see is Amazon really do the same kind of a thing out here before it then decides to bounce in the marketplace. Now, that inside the Dow Diamonds, it really didn't come in. So its trend is still major trend is to the upside. If anybody is suggesting otherwise, I'm not sure what they're drawing on their charts. They're drawing shorter-term trends. It's the only thing that they could be drawing out there. If we take a look at the real long-term trend, price has got a long way to go before it actually breaks that trend line. And not that it can't. That's a little green line that Stevie put on my screen out there. Of course, when I was taking a look at this as price was moving down, I was also saying, hey, on the bearish side, if that trend from the 2011 time frame fails, then price ought to go find support down at that green level. Just to show you here, let's take a look at the IWM. Let's put that up on our screen. We'll do the same kind of thing. First, I'll go ahead and draw the longer one coming off of the March 2009 area. There's that. Come on, Steve, I'll do a better job than that for the folks out here. They're going to think that I can't even draw a line. And that is a true story, folks. The kindergarten teacher did call my mom in for a recess because of the stick figure men that I was drawing there. There was something like, I was drawing them without, I don't know, arms or who knows what she thought. And, of course, at that stage, they said, hey, you know what? You ought to go into accounting or something like that versus become an artist. However, I do like the artwork that we create here at TFNN. There's your IWM, right? That's the one with the death cross. And all it did was came back and tested the bottom of its rising trend line off of the 2011. The market, folks, the market's bullish. It's not Steve-O's on here. It is the market that is bullish. Right.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how EverBank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? EverBank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? EverBank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. EverBank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow up 20 points straight out at 16,697. S&P up 1 at 1951. Composite up 5 at 44.57. Russell 2000 is flat out of the gate. The DAX trading down 41 points right now. The FTSE off 25. Goldilocks up 4, silver up 17 pennies, light sweet crude off $1, trading out at 81.07. To the downside, of course, it is amazing. Amazon trading out at 292.15. That trend line thus far this morning is holding out there. Kind of cool how those trends work. So you've got Synaptics, that's off 12%, down $9, trading out at, so don't go shorting Amazon. All right. So Amazon is trading right down into a trend line. Amazon is trading right down into the level that 6 months ago, if you would call the show, or 5 months ago, or 3 months ago, if you called the show and you said, hey, Stevie, where do you think might be the, where is it that Amazon could trade down to and find support? Well, it's trading down into that level. You got to let it crack that level before. Now, if you are short, what I would do is I would start taking a look at where you're going to adjust your stop, because it's just run down into the most major of its trend lines out there. Doesn't mean that it has to hold, but it does mean that it has run in that long-term trend line. The area where before it started to pull back, we would have said, if somebody was looking to get in on Amazon and said, hey, where's my best buy? Well, guess what? It hit that price at the open this morning out here. So we'll see, in fact, how that trades out. You got Hub Group, HUBG, Hubbabaloo. That's off 11%, down 465. GoPro off about $4, down 5% this morning. Pandora's off 11%, down 258 out there. NPS Pharmaceuticals off 11% to the upside out here. Haven't seen this name for a while. Edwards Life Sciences, EW, up $10. You've got Digital River up 46%. What the heck are they smoking in that pipe out there? 46%. What's the deal? They're going to be acquired. There you go. All right, so they're being acquired. That's why you got that premium out there. You got BJ's Restaurant, BJRI. That's up 17%. We'll take a look at that. VTAE Pharmaceuticals, VTAE, they're up 26% out here. So let's go. We'll put the Amazon chart back up on the screen just so we can take a look at it. And you ought to go ahead and put this on your chart. You ought to go back and take a look at. I got the daily out here. Let me go back to this tab. I don't have to redo my work. I don't like to redo my work out here. Let me go back to Amazon. Nobody likes to redo work. Here's Amazon. There is that rising price channel. I mentioned to somebody in the den here, don't focus on the top of my channel line. It's incorrect. I was just really focused on the bottom. The rising price channel needs to be much higher than where it's at out there. You have to really pull the stock chart back inside of Amazon, get back to the highs out here, probably at least in 2007. That high was inside Amazon around $101. You're probably going to have to capture that area for the angle of the top of the channel line out here. So we'll see if this holds. No idea whether it will or won't. I just know that where it's trading into, it's a logical area of support. Now, let's go take a look at other things that are moving and grooving here this morning. Let's take a look at, then we'll take a look at the daily side. Let's go look at Edwards Life Sciences, EW. This used to be one of the stocks inside of the IBD 50. Then it lost its way. When did it lose its way? Maybe it's still in there. I thought this stock had gotten careened out here at one point. Let me put this on a weekly basis, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was thinking of something else. Must have been thinking of something else. Oh, come on. Don't tell me that you're going to be slow now and giving me the weekly date out here. I think I may have. There we go. Yeah, no, okay. So, well, this did lose its favor inside of the IBD. However, it's back up above those highs. So we can see this thing here. And what I'm referring to is right back here, October 1st, 2012. So a year ago. No, 2 years ago. This thing had a huge wide-ranging bar to the downside with some pretty big volume. That was in October. Now, that volume down there was 16 million shares. You're up and over in this weekly chart. We're looking at it with only about 4 million shares here this week. But they must have cured something. It's made a 100% move of a move. You'd sure like to see this thing get back above this, stay above this level, but we'll do it with more. Oh, I take it back. The swing point only has 2.5 million shares. Son of a gun. It's actually taken out a swing point with volume out here. That is on the Edwards Life Sciences. The downdraft had quite a bit more volume, but the actual swing had much less volume out here. So you've got a, what do you say about this? It could be I'm just looking at the possible A to B equals CD patterns out here inside of Edwards Life Sciences. I'll put that off to the side for the moment. They would need a little bit more research, more time than I want to give it, and I don't want to just give it just a 1 second view of what's going on out here. Let's go take a look at. Let's go take Digital River. Well, let's go take a look at IDEX Labs. That is up 7% here, up $9. Let me switch over to some daily time frames. Although on a weekly time frame, this too is taking out swing points, or trying to. That's the little shooting star swing point resistance level from July 21st. The week ended July 21st. 3.2 million shares. You're at 2.1 million shares as we speak right now. But let's go see what kind of daily volume this does. Looks like about 400 or 500 shares on a daily basis. You've been at 206,000 already here this morning. Hey, how about that? Big downdraft here. So this thing could run which is already has done pretty significant resistance. 1.4 million shares on July 25th. But if it can take that out, it's got volume today. That out being 140 even Steven out there. That would be pretty bullish for this stock. Otherwise, looks like you've got a little bit of a consolidation pattern. The low of the consolidation right around the 113-ish type level. Did complete a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the downside. Let's take a look at NetSuite, 7%. No, BJ's Restaurant. BJRI is the ticker symbol. That is up 17%. Looks like on earnings of revenue. Well, the revenues were $206 million versus $188. BJ's Restaurant, what do they serve? I don't think they serve sushi. That's why I've never been there. Actually, I don't know that I've ever seen a BJ's Restaurant. I'm thinking it's got to be a burger joint, huh? They must be selling lots of burgers. And if it is a meat joint, and they've been able to get their revenues up and their profits up, profits have doubled. That's pretty good considering the rise in price of meat over this past 6, 7, 8 months out there. Anybody been to a BJ's Restaurant? What are they? If somebody knows, maybe they can go ahead and post it in the den for me. But in any event, let's go take a look at it, or just shout louder. through your radio. That way I can actually hear you. But if we take a look at BJ's, it's taken out the September 19th. September 19th sounds familiar to me. Those are the highs at our market. The indices are going to take out as well, September 19th. They're all headed there for a visit. And then once they visit, they maybe spend a little time. Maybe they have a little Thanksgiving meal or something like that. And then after that, maybe they rest for a day or two, and then it's off to the golf course. Long straight drives, 350 yards, right down the middle, all the way up into the end of the year out here. BJ's Restaurants just get an early start on that, taken out at September 19th swing point, doing it with volume. That only has 611,000 shares. You've done 220 today, so you got all kinds of A to B equals CD patterns out here. Good place. They brew their own beer. Now you're talking. Now I might, if I can find one, might have to go to BJ's Restaurant. I like restaurants that have good beer out there. Sports bar, okay, even better. A sports bar. Hey, and Saturday is my favorite day of the week during football season, during college football season out there. So, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. O'Keefe's in Clearwater. No, that's not the same as BJ's Restaurant. Let's go take a look at some other things here that are moving. Let's look at, so we took care of Amazon. We know that's running right into support. Let's go take a look at Synaptics, SYNA out here. Let's go take a look at it. Synaptics is gapping down. Had a huge sign of strength out here. This was on the June 11th time frame. Had a little junior sign of strength that it just moved down into this morning. That took place on May 28th out here. So this is trying to find some support. Now, the support inside of this, here's your junior sign of strength at 61.94. It's not all the way down there. This would suggest that it should find support between the 55.72, 61.94 level. It all really depends on the volume today. It's taken on a swing from October 13th. 1.2 million shares. It's going to have the volume there for sure. But so far that area is holding out here. So it'd be pretty nice if this thing could actually just simply could hold this level out here. Let's see, a question inside of the Tigers Den, which is... Steve, curious to get your view on Amazon from a fundamental and operational perspective. This quarter results show negative operating margin and negative cash flow and have been for many years. Is this a sustainable business model? Thanks. Yeah, this is all about market share. Jeff Bezos is just simply, he's developed. Well, I guess the question would be like this. How many of you out there shop at Amazon? Somebody in your house shops at Amazon out there. You can go pretty much through almost every household throughout, you can't go through every household, right? You got to take a look at certain, probably income categories. And what you would find is that you've got a lot of folks that are buying things on Amazon or Alibaba, right? Between the two of those, if you take a look at the number of people that are doing their shopping, they're not going to be able to replace the brick and mortar socialization type things out there. But is their model sustainable? I haven't really looked at the financials to know that whether it is or isn't. If you're questioning, do they have enough cash? I really don't know what's on the books out there. But I am suspecting that all that Jeff Bezos is doing is just simply, just hunkering down and building market share and doing all that he can do out there. I mean, who's really their big competitor? Who is their big competitor? Just going direct to, Macy's, Nordstrom's, those kinds of stores, Costco, Sam's Club, not really. Amazon, they've got it. So I'd have to say, yeah, I think he knows what he's doing. And I don't think that he's so interested. And of course, maybe today he's buying stock because it hit that bottom of that price channel out there. Off $22 as we speak right now, trading out at 291 level. So you got the Dow's up 36, S&P is up 5, Composite up 13, Russell 2000. This could be one of those bull markets. Just simply does not let you in. Let's go take a look at Goldilocks. Let's go see what it is doing. Now, gold here made a dead cat bounce, what we like to call, really just a 0.382 retracement here yesterday as we pulled this back. So from its move up off of the bottom out here, and yeah, Stevie does believe that October 6th low was the major bottom inside of gold, at least major bottom for a while out here. And all that gold is really trying to do is create an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside on a daily basis. If we go from that swing point low, October 6th, that's at 1183.30 up to the high that came in here on the trading session of October 21st. That's up just slightly above the 0.618 retracement, by the way, coming off of the highs out here from August the 8th. So let some people off of the no, it couldn't have been the 618 retracement. What the heck was I smoking there? Let's go take a look at, what's that, was a 0.382 retracement. So we got 0.382 retracements all over there. Yeah, it's headed to the 0.618 retracement. In any event, price moved down to the 0.382 retracement, is back up above the, well, it's really trading right at its TAS market profile, point of control level, right in that 1232 area. So gold looks pretty good out here, and that should be good for the equities as well. Although they're having a little bit of trouble here this morning. They held up pretty well yesterday. Let's take a look at Rand Gold Resources as an example. Off of $1.45 as we speak right now. What is Rand Gold doing? A number of these had this huge sign of strength off of the bottom, key reversal session on October the 8th. Rand Gold just simply coming down to test that low. It looks like 64.45. 1.5 million shares down there so far. Interest session low has been 64.68. Volume 161,000 shares as we speak right now. That is what Rand Gold is doing, just testing. Let's take a look at Barrick Gold. ABX is the ticker symbol. Let's trade out at 1343 out here. Barrick Gold had also tested the October 8th level. Did it yesterday. Did it with lighter volume. Rejected price at low. By the way, it was 1341. Yesterday got down intraday to 1316, but closed out at 1345. So you got a rejection on price and volume. If we switch over and take a look at the weekly time frame for Barrick, let's do that. Let's get a feel for what it's doing out here. The weekly time frame for Barrick doesn't have that really big, strong, bullish candle or anything for that week of October the 6th. Unlike if I go back and take a look at Rand Gold, I believe Rand Gold does. So let's go back here. Let's take a look at Rand Gold. No, Rand Gold doesn't. Rand Gold does not have any kind of bullish candle on its weekly chart out there. Let's go take a look at Apple. Let's go see what Apple is doing. It's up 37 cents. It's trading at 105.19. It has had one heck of a week out here on a weekly basis. Let's see here. The trading session is September the 1st, which has 323 million. You're at 317. Apple's going to confirm an A to B equals CD to the upside on a weekly basis. Yeah, on a weekly basis is what Apple is doing. Unless it falls apart today, and granted, it could. The high, 103.74 is the real number here, 105.23. 317 versus 323. I'm assuming that it can garner enough strength to do another 6 million shares today. After all, on a daily basis, what did this do yesterday from a volume standpoint? Let's go take a look. What did it volume? Yeah, 71 million shares. Apple confirming A to B equals CD to the upside on its weekly chart. Ooh, that's a beautiful thing for the Qs. We'll be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
For
told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour, sponsored by Nadex. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 23 right now. S&P's up about 2. NASDAQ up 9. Russell's up just slightly. New York Stock Exchange up about 7 points. It'd be nice to see a little resting day out here and the beginning of some type of pullback inside the markets. Don't know whether we're going to get that or not, but it sure would be nice. Amazon holding that long-term trend line out here, so doing really what it should do. And that's the trend line that takes you back into the 2008 time frame. So I suspect that we're going to see Amazon actually hold this level out there. That is an important trend line for Amazon. If we go back and take a look at maybe just we didn't look at any of the currency pairs. Let's go do that. Let's take a look at the euro here. See what the euro is up to. The euro is really trying to form a bottom, which would means it should move higher. This is a weekly chart that we're taking a look at out here. Let's put this to a daily time frame. Take a look at the euro, get a feel for the retracement that it has done here. Completed its first A to B equals CD to the upside. That completed here on October the 15th. Now, it's pulled all the way back into that C point, that little swing point, from October the 10th out here. This should be it. We should see maybe a larger A to B equals CD unfold out here. If we take a look at that, the next A to B equals CD pattern inside of the euro, that ought to take us from the lows here on October 3rd up to that high on October 15th, and then a pullback to October 23rd. That ought to take the euro up into about the 130 even Steven level. Speaking of A to B equals CD patterns out there, folks, I am doing a free workshop for the folks at eSignal. Now, we've made it, if you're not not an e-signal subscriber, you too can join us. The easy way to do that is we put a link on the homepage of TFNN.com. Under breaking news, it says free workshop with yours truly, Steve Rhodes here. If you click on that, that'll take you to the e-signal sign-up page. That way you can gain entrance. And if you'd like to have a better understanding of the A to B equals CD patterns out there, go ahead and sign up for that workshop. It's going to be next Wednesday, 4:30. So if it's a 1-hour workshop, 4:30, probably a 45-minute workshop with 15 minutes worth of questions and answers. If you've never been to one of my workshops, it's something that you want to attend. That's for sure. So that's on the homepage of TFNN.com. That's what's going on inside of the euro. If we take a look at how should we finish this off? Let's finish it off. Just take a look at some intraday charts out here. Let's look at the intraday charts here for the NQ. The NQ gave us that nice little price relative strength divergent pattern out here yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock. It has struggled to really even sell off. You're already back up at those highs out here. Actually, everything inside the NQ looks pretty good to, at least attack that level, if not continue to move to higher price out here. So on a 30-minute basis, I don't see anything stopping it from moving higher. It sounds like I'm sad, huh? Yeah, I'd like to see a bit of a pullback out there. If we take a look at the S&P futures on its 30-minute chart out here, really looks kind of similar at this stage. You just run into resistance at yesterday's highs. Not a ton of volume as we speak at the moment out here. So if we do see a break of 1933 inside the ES mini out here, that would set up a potential A to B equals CD to the downside. Give you what that price projection would be out here. That could take it down into about the 1928, maybe even 1921 type level. But that's your best bearish case outlook inside of those two. If we take a quick peek here at the Dow, let me see, what is the Dow doing out here? Even the old A to B equals C that I had there, that's not in place. The Dow looks, they're all doing the same thing. They're getting back to yesterday's highs. If they can't take it out, maybe we just trade sideways. Maybe we go ahead and break a bit lower out there. Well, folks, it has been a fantastic week. I hope you had a great week as well. Stay tuned. Our man, Tom O'Brien, the leader of the Tigers, the largest tiger of them all. He's up next with our man, Daryl Martin. Have a great weekend. I look forward to seeing you bright and early Monday morning. Take care, folks.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
You're watching Tiger TV.